I've reviewed every watch in Monta's catalog, with the exception of their inaugural release, the Oceanking. While Monta credits the Triumph with bringing Monta to the forefront of enthusiast minds, the Oceanking is undeniably their best watch. It's beautiful on the outside and packs impressive technology inside with a surprise on the bracelet. A Swiss-made dress diver with specs and looks to boot. Let's jump in. The Oceanking is just what you want from a dive watch made to be wearable all day and versatile enough to fit into any occasion. Coming in at 40mm wide and 49mm lug to lug, with a wrist to crystal thickness of 10mm, the Oceanking won't entirely disappear on your wrist, but it won't take it over either. The first time I put on the Oceanking, I was surprised to see how well it wore for a watch with a lug to lug only a millimeter smaller than my Tudor Pelagos. Even though the lugs don't turn down as dramatically as some other watches with long lug-to-lug measurements, Monta mitigates this by undercutting the bottom of the tips of the lugs, which avoids the feeling of it wearing flat on the wrist. If I had to criticize the Oceanking for one thing on the wrist, it would be how long the clasp is, but that isn't a deal breaker by any means. Speaking of the clasp, it has a trick up its sleeve. A quick micro-adjust system is hidden under the clasp, which gives it some of its length, but it's worth it. This is one of the most solid and tactile quick adjust systems I've used. Each position snaps into place perfectly and is satisfying enough to adjust that you'll want your wrist size to change slightly just so you can adjust it. The rest of the bracelet is just as well engineered and finished to the same level as the rest of the watch. The bracelet has a satisfying heft to it, and the fully articulating links allow it to sit comfortably and securely on the wrist. Monta says this is the most comfortable watch bracelet in the world, and dare I say, there isn't much hyperbole in that statement. This is the newest version of the Oceanking, and Monta has slightly changed the crown guards to have a slight taper to them. Instead of relatively straight blocks, they now angle in towards the crown, providing a little extra grip and a refined appearance from the side. It's a small change, but it does make a difference. When you're looking to purchase a $2,000 dive watch, there are a few things you want it to have. Great Lume is one of them. Monta has packed on the Lume, and both the dial and bezel glow brightly, and the Lume lasts for as long as Seiko's I own. The cherry on top is the lumed bezel, which has the same quality of lume as the dial. It shows that nothing was overlooked when crafting the Oceanking. The $2,000 dive watch price segment is extremely competitive. Tag Heuer, Oris, Zinn, Longines, and others all dominate this segment. It isn't a space many microbrands play in for that reason. I don't consider Monta a microbrand, but rather somewhere in between a microbrand and an established brand with decades of history. Despite that, Monta has not only been competitive in this space, but they are also offering one of the best values in it. There aren't many watches, even from the brands I just mentioned, offering finishing, technology, and design like Monta is. One could argue that a black dial and bezel dive watch isn't all that exciting, and 9 times out of 10, I would say they'd be right. However, the Oceanking is that 1 out of 10. There is so much more to it than a simplistic color scheme. Everything works together cohesively and looks better because of that. The Oceanking is one of those watches that begs to be looked at. It is almost as if Monta spent time seeing how light reflects off the surfaces and changed them until they look luxurious from every angle. Just when you think you've seen it all, another part of the watch lights up. I have no hesitation in saying that if you have a little over $2,000 and you want the best dive watch available, buy an Oceanking. Thanks for checking out the video review. For the full written review, head over to watchclicker.com. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe.